At Lake Hollingsworth, every creature here shares the exact same objective reality. They swim in the same water, feel the same sunlight, and weather the same passing storms. Yet to the local snapping turtles, this lake is a dangerous, deteriorating hazard zone. The river otters look at the exact same water and grass and see an open playground filled with mysteries to solve. Watch what happens when a local resident jogs by. The turtles immediately register the runner as a chaotic, stressful menace. The otters treat that exact same human as nothing more than mild, harmless background entertainment. If a few clouds roll overhead, the turtles sound the alarm, convinced a severe storm is about to ruin the afternoon. The otters just enjoy the sudden drop in temperature. Because the physical environment is identical, the external world cannot be the actual driver of their behavior. The daily happiness of the otters and the chronic stress of the turtles has to be coming from somewhere else. The turtles operate on a survival strategy we can call hypervigilance. They rely entirely on deep suspicion and a thick layer of physical armor to navigate their days. The brain forces entirely neutral objects, like a floating stick, through a strict threat filter, triggering a red danger alert. This sensitive filter creates an exhausting feedback loop, rapidly multiplying these alerts, forcing the turtle to brace for the worst, even on calm afternoons. On the outside, the result looks absurd. You end up with a highly stressed creature aggressively snapping at harmless pieces of dead wood drifting in the water. The heavy shell they grew to protect themselves actually locks them into a perpetual cycle of stress, turning minor inconveniences into deliberate personal attacks from the universe. Down by the shoreline, you can see the stark contrast. A young otter named Rhett wears no armor at all, just soft, entirely exposed brown fur. One afternoon, Rhett listens to an older turtle aggressively complain that the lake water is uncomfortably warm. Minutes later, a cool breeze sweeps across the grass, and the turtle immediately pivots to complaining that the world is now too cold. Rhett easily diagnoses the interaction. The turtle's problem isn't the temperature of the air, it's a profound internal baseline of stress. The turtle treats the conversation itself as an incoming attack, pulling back deep into the dark shadows of his shell to defend himself. The otters employ psychological resilience instead of physical armor. They don't ignore real problems, they simply refuse to let a passing annoyance dictate their mood. They achieve true safety by accepting their vulnerability, treating their surroundings as a place to be explored rather than a battlefield to survive. As the sun begins to set, casting a golden light across the water, Rhett floats next to an older otter named Oliver and asks, "Why are the turtles always so unhappy?" Oliver's answer is simple. The tragedy of the turtle is that they carry their shell with them everywhere they go. Eventually, that constant heavy burden makes them lose the ability to tell the difference between a protective boundary and a self-imposed prison. We often do the exact same thing. A defensive, chronically pessimistic worldview acts as our own invisible mental armor. We convince ourselves that expecting the worst will shield us from disappointment. In reality, it just guarantees a daily existence filled with tension and irritation. Finding daily happiness doesn't require a flawless, threat-free environment. It comes from putting down our heavy armor, accepting the water we're in, and choosing to believe tomorrow will probably be a beautiful day anyway.